Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel. And welcome back to another episode of the Chicago Cubs Legends Fantasy Draft Series here on MLB The Show 25. It is time for the season to begin. Year number 1 is about to be underway, and before we get started with any games or anything, I want to confront one of the things that I said at the end of last episode. So I mentioned that I was going to lower the ages of a lot of the legendary players because it would be easier for them to be younger so that they wouldn't have the possibility of retiring before we got them on our team or anything like that. So I was going to go starting with like our team, obviously, and Jose Bautista. But when you try to edit the age of a already in-game player instead of somebody that's been created, you cannot change their age. I had completely forgotten about that from last year. So unfortunately, all of the real players, either the guys that have legends next or the L next to the name for legend, or just actual current day MLB players, you cannot change their age or anything like that. The guys that you can change the age for are the created guys like A-Rod or Bo Jackson or Curt Schilling. So I did go and lower those guys' ages just a little bit across the rest of the league too. Anybody that was created, like Yogi Berra, he was 31. I changed him to 27. I went through the rest of the league, looked for other created guys, lowered their ages slightly. Most of them I didn't touch because they were already pretty young, like 18 to 22. So I didn't touch most of them. I didn't touch Bo Jackson either. I did lower A-Rod. I think he was 29 or 28, something like that. So I lowered him to 25. But Curt Schilling was like in his 30s, so I lowered him to 28. So I did that across the league for all of the created players. Unfortunately, you can't do it for the actual real players like Jose Bautista or Gary Carter or anybody like that. So those guys are just going to have to stay the ages that they are. It's kind of annoying, but that's just the way that it is. I forgot completely you couldn't do that. So that's on me. But after that's been, now that we talked about that, let's get into the actual episode. So we've got opening day is it in Japan or in Korea? I think it's in Japan this year. So we go over to Japan to play the Dodgers. But funny enough, this Shohei is not on either of these teams because we didn't draft him. He's on actually Shohei Ohtani's on the White Sox in this universe. They actually got a pretty solid team. They got Miguel Cabrera, Shohei, and Juan Soto. That's actually a pretty solid 1-2-3 right there. But he's not going to be playing in this Japanese series. I don't think we have any Japanese players on our team. We don't have Ichiro, so that's unfortunate. And then the Dodgers have no Japanese player either. So I guess we're just kind of going over there for the vibes and not for like to showcase any of the Japanese players that are coming back home or anything. But that is where we're going to start the series. We are going to jump in to get the opening day vibes, getting the open day atmosphere. Then we will like maybe pitch an inning and then hit an inning, and then we'll quick manage the rest. We'll get through the rest of the March games, which is just the 3 games against Arizona and then this final game against the Dodgers, and we'll probably get into May a little bit, maybe even finish May. I don't even know. We'll get pretty far in today's episode because I want to expedite these series so we can get more years finished than just like 4 or 5 like we usually do. So we're definitely going to be pushing further each episode than we used to do. So, yeah, let's get started here. If you go to enjoy, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's play opening day. We've got Curt Schilling on the mound. He's going to take our first game of the year against the Dodgers, and it looks like it's only going to be in Wrigley. They don't have, like, a Japanese stadium or anything. The All-Star Game's in Atlanta this year. Okay. Do you not have any... You don't have anything in Japan? There's not, like, a Tokyo Dome or anything that we can play in? The Kingdom? What's that? Classic Stadium. This looks like old either Expos Stadium or maybe the Mariners. Oh, I see the Mariner logo back there. So it's the Mariners old logo or old stadium. Comiskey. It doesn't look like there's like a domed stadium in these classic stadiums, which is kind of unfortunate. Man, this is a classic. Talk about classic stadiums, man. I remember this from the old MLB or MVP baseball games. Insane. Old Atlanta, old Texas. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's going to be anything there. Certainly no minor league parks with a dome. That'd be crazy. I guess we could do like an online arena or a stadium. Something that's been created. Is there a dome that's been created that kind of gives you a vibe of... Doesn't look like anybody's built a dome. Can you even build domes in created stadiums? I have no idea. I don't even know if you can. That's kind of crazy. What a place to play. What's this say? Toshi no Niwa? I don't know what that is. I mean, it looks like it's in Japan. It's got like Japanese writing on the boards over there. The year 2025 or 25. Okay, I didn't read it. So it doesn't look like there's any dome stadiums. Team stadiums, obviously, there's going to be a couple of domes, but nothing in Japan, obviously. I guess we'll just pick a random place. Let's just go to a created place and have a good time here for opening day. So let's go to... We might as well go to this one. I mean, it says it's got like Japanese writing on the walls on the buildings back there. So let's just go to this place and play our first game of the year with quick counts on, obviously. And Schilling will get the ball on the mound for us in opening day. Is this how I want my lineup to go? I think that's how I wanted it, right? I think I did it at the end of last episode. Yeah, A-Rod hitting 4, Harper 5, Jackson hitting 2. I don't know if I like Bo Jackson hitting 2, but I guess we could have Volpe hit 2. But we'll see how it goes with Bo hitting 2. We can always switch around the lineup, obviously. But let's get into opening day here of 2025 and start this Legends Series off right, hopefully with a W.
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Chicago Cubs. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. So the Chicago Cubs were not in the postseason last year, but they've made some key additions, and they're among the league favorites now. There's a real hunger around this team, Chris, and with the fan base, they really think they've got a shot to make some noise this year.
They do, Boog, and I don't think that's unrealistic. They made some nice moves in the offseason, tried to build up their roster, and now they look primed for a big year. Of course, that's not a guarantee of success. We've seen teams go on big spending sprees in the offseason in the past and just not back it up once the games start, but they look like a real contender to me.
And now, the crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute. Ready to go now, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Bobby Witt.
Okay, Cubs-Dodgers on opening day here in Japan. Technically. I know it doesn't look like we're in Japan, but we're in Japan. And A-Rod making a play on 99 speed Bobby Witt. That's how you start a Legends series right there. Ladies and gentlemen, huge. And here you can get a quick glimpse of the Dodgers lineup, who they drafted. Looks like they got Josh Hamilton, Jason Kipnis, who is a new addition to the Legends series. I don't think he was in last year, but he is added this year. 1-1 count to him. Schilling with the fastball. He chops that foul. 95 speed for Curt Schilling. I think we had Curt Schilling at the very end of the Blue Jays series, like right before it got corrupted. I think he was going to be a part of our roster the next year before it got ruined. But now he's here, and he's chunky, and he's ready to go. There are obvious guys that I would love to have on this team, and we will try to get them in some point in the future. Like Ichiro, he's like priority number 1. I haven't had him for a while. Big strikeout on Jason Kipnis. I've wanted to get Curt Schilling, first Major League strikeout technically, I guess. I've wanted to get Ichiro as like a main frontal piece of the team since like MLB The Show 23. So we're trying to get him on the squad. And then Ken Griffey Jr. is always welcome on my teams because he's maybe my favorite baseball player of all time. Elliot de la Cruz, obviously. I talk about him, how he's one of the guys that is he's like a constant. He's like, if we ever do a series, Elliot de la Cruz is most likely to enter my team at some point. So Elliot de la Cruz is a possibility. Barry Bonds, I want to get on at some point. So, and we'll get like Albert Pujols. We'll get other guys that are not so much mainstays on the channel, guys that we haven't really seen much of over the years as well, just to freshen up the series. But we got the Grandy man leading off for us here in Japan against Bert Blyleven. Ooh, okay. And he's not happy with the umpire. He's chirping at him, telling him that probably was a strike. And I finally take the bat off the shoulders, and it's a strike 3. Unfortunate. Ooh, but we got Bo Jackson. First swing with Big Bo. Look at those powerful thighs. Crush a watermelon with those thighs. And Bo Jackson gets the first base hit of the Legends series. And he's got 99 speed, so we can steal like crazy. Look at Bo. Oh, he's pounding the chest. Bo Jackson, baby. That's a big first career hit for him. And we're going to take a bag as well. Might as well. Jose bats to the plate. Bo's going to... Oh, he threw off, but that only means... Yeah, I was going to say, that only means he's got one left, as you can see in the top there. So I'm going to lead off again. If he wants to throw back, then he can, but it'd be bad for him. He's looking back that way. He's not going to let it. He's going to... Oh, I should have swung probably, but it's going to be a first career stolen base for Bo Jackson. I should have swung. That was right down the middle. Oh, look at that fastball. That's right down the middle. Jose Bautista could have crushed it. But he hits that one. I'm going to send Bo Jackson deep. He's going to go to third. Joey Bats pushes Bo Jackson to third base. Does that mean we can get him to score? A-Rod to the plate. Come on, A-Rod. What you got for me, big dog? This is the Yankees version of Alex Rodriguez. So he's got a lot of juice in his body right now. Oh, and he pops that to right field, and it's going to be an out. Unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. We're going to quick manage the rest of this game. We will pitch. A double from Dale Strawberry and a double from J-Ram, but he got thrown out, so no score. But then 3 straight doubles. Teoscar Hernandez doubles in an RBI, unfortunately. Volpe gets a single and then a double play. Okay, so Curt Schilling's allowed a run. Kipnis walks, but then Josh Hamilton could not get on. Come on, offense. There we go. Curtis Granderson. We got to do something here, boys. A solo homer from Dale Strawberry. He's 2 for 2. J-Ram with a double, and then a 2-run from Teoscar. So it seems like that middle to the end of the lineup is really killing Curt Schilling right now. That's where all of their production has come so far. Single from Bryce Harper. 2 on. And we are done. I'm probably going to give Curt this inning, and then I'm going to pull him. Single from Gary Carter to lead off. Strikeout, ground out. All right, I think I'm going to change Curt Schilling. We're going to bring in Matt Strahm, and he's going to hopefully get no runs. Okay, perfect. But we got to do something. We got to open up these bats. 3 straight strikeouts. Are you kidding me? These bats got to wake up here. Triple from Bobby Witt, but he can't come home to score. Double from Volpe to lead off is huge. Single from Biggio, it's an RBI. That starts it. Fielder's choice. Double from Arenado scores a run. Okay, the bats are waking up. We get 2 back. We just need Strahm to keep clean innings. Okay, bottom 8. I'm going to jump in here. They bring in Lee Smith. We've got Jose Bautista leading off for us. Bottom of the 8th. We're down by 2. Come on, Joey Bats. Don't swing at that. It's 2-1 count. 2-1 count for Jose Bautista. Get the job done, brother. Oh, late timing on a fastball a little bit inside. And that'll be caught easily by Sean Murphy. That's the first out. A-Rod, I'd love A-Rod to give me a little bit of a ride. Come on. Oh, that's a beautiful hit, and it's a single right into right field there. A little bit late. It says good timing, but I was a little bit behind it. Good job, A-Rod. And that's his first career Major League hit, unfortunately. Or even though he's technically an old man, but he's a rookie in the game, obviously. And now Bryce Harper comes up. I mashed with Bryce Harper on previous MLB The Shows. We'll see if we can keep it going in 25. Although I was not prepared for a forkball. Kind of crazy from Lee Smith. 1 swing of the bat ties this game at 4. That would be huge. That would feed so many generations of families, Bryce. Do you really want to disappoint generations of families if you don't feed them? That is into left field. It's going to be caught, unfortunately. Didn't get enough of it. I thought that if I swung, I could poke it into left field and get a hit. That was not the case. Teoscar was right there. And now it's Anthony Volpe. He's 2 for 3. He's got a double and a single. He's been pretty productive today. I'd love for him to be continuing that production with another hit. Don't swing at that. I was tempted. I was real tempted to swing at that. Real tempted. But luckily, I held off. And it's 2-1 count. Come on, Volpe. Don't swing at that either. Lee Smith's trying to bait me. Not going to fall for it. At least not right now. 3-1 count. Please walk me. I'd appreciate that. I'd take a walk, I guess. Oh, he's not going to. Volpe into the gap. No! Second baseman catches it. Jason Kipnis. Oh, it's unfortunate. Oh, it's brutal. All right. We bring in probably, I guess, Andres Munoz. Try to get to the bottom of the ninth. Single from Bellinger, but we do get to the bottom of the ninth. Okay. They're going to bring in Rob Dibble to close it. We've got 7, 8, and 9 to try to tie and win this game. Craig Biggio, 333 on the year in opening day. Oh, that baseball was right across the face, and I missed it. That's annoying. 1 down, Craig Biggio. Gary Carter. I don't know if I've ever swung a baseball bat with Gary Carter. This is crazy. Here we go. His batting stance definitely doesn't look familiar. 100 on the gun, 100-mile-an-hour fastball. I was not sitting on it, unfortunately. That was a base hit that I missed. Oh, come on, Gary. Why'd I swing at that? I suck big fat nuts. Okay, Gary's down. We're down to our final at-bat, and it is Nolan Arenado. He's a little bit washed, but if he could just resurrect his career for one swing, I would appreciate it. It's going to drop into left field. It's a base hit. The inning is alive. We bring up Grandy. Let's start to rally. Arenado's loving it. Let's start to rally here, boys. Curtis Granderson, I need you to get on base. You're the biggest of dogs. Grandy, into right field. That'll be a base hit. Oh, my God. The winning run is at the plate. We've done our job to get us here. And it's Bo Jackson. Who else but Bo? Come on, Bo. Okay. A little bit of a slider out of the way. That would have been a ground out if I would have made better contact with it, so it's good that I didn't. Come on, Bo. Come on, Bo. Deliver, Bo. That's going to get to shortstop, and Bobby Witt will end the game. Bo Jackson got a good piece of the cutter, but not good enough, and we will fall on opening day. That is unfortunate. It's just it was like the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Dodgers. Curt Schilling just got destroyed by on multiple different occasions, so there wasn't really much we could do about it. We do lose the second game of the series against the Dodgers in Japan, so we come back to America with an 0-2 record. Let's jump into this game. We win 11-10 against the Diamondbacks. We win that game. Do I have my critical situations on? I think I do. Yeah, okay, I do. It's just not giving me any. So we're 2-3 on the year. We took 2 of 3 against the Diamondbacks, and we get the 4th game against them. That's huge. Now we take on the A's, and we get our first jump-in possibility. We got Vladdy Sr. at the plate with Harmon Killebrew at first. We are in the bottom of the 9th, 1 out, and we lead by a single run. Andrew Miller's trying to save this game. Let's go help him. Vladdy looks kind of sick in an A's uniform, I'm not going to lie. But we made Andrew Miller the closer over Andres Munoz because of the overall. So we're going to hope. Look at the bottom news there. Ricky Henderson breaks Ricky Henderson's 22-year-old career run scored record. That's kind of funny. See, it's those kind of things that you love to see in the Legends series like this. Those little fun record glitches because one person breaks his own record even though he's just in the league. It's kind of funny. All right, we got to strike out Vladdy. Bottom 9, and Vladdy doesn't chase. Vladdy loves a low pitch. He loves a low pitch. And he got it. That swing, strike 3. You can't be serious, ump. He totally went around. If I would have done that, it would have been strike 3 17 times out of 10. He fouls off the circle change. Do I give him another sinker? I think I might have to. He fouls that off again. I got to go back to the slider, I think. The slider is the one pitch he hasn't hit. And here it is. Strike 3. Got him. The slider down low. Andrew Miller's 1 out away from a save, and it's Jorge Posada. He looks weird in an A's uniform, that is for sure. I like the lighter green that they went with this year. Looks kind of nice. I've always liked that color of green. It reminds me of a Kelly green from the Eagles. Let's see if we can get him on the slider as well. Vladdy fell for it. Will Posada. That was not the slider positioning that I wanted, that's for sure. It was way too high in the zone, but that's okay. He fouled it off anyway. Doesn't chase the sinker. Do I give him the stinky cheese? I might try to run it by him. The fastball! Strike 3, and Andrew Miller will win. He gets the save. That's how you do it. He fell for the stinkiest of cheeses. And the Cubbies get a win. Cubbies are on the board again. Larry Walker homered in the game. So did Paul Goldschmidt, of all people. He's a pretty low overall at this point, so I'm kind of shocked he did. And that was the second save of the year for Andrew Miller. We take game 1 against the A's, lose game 2, and now game 3, it's another situation with Andrew Miller. I'm going to believe in him this time. And he got it done. Good job, Andrew. And now we finally have a home game. First home game of the year, because technically these weren't home games. These were in Japan. So, first home game of the year. We're 5-4. The Reds are 6-1. Who's on this Reds team? They've got Bobby Abreu, Jake Arrieta, Randy Johnson, Mickey Mantle, Tony Perez. Wow, they drafted a lot of legends. Hey, Adam Dunn's back. I love Adam Dunn, the big donkey. One of my favorite players of all time. Ryan Braun. Ew, Ryan Braun's in a Reds uniform? That's gross. And India's back. Jonathan India's back, and he didn't even play for the Royals yet, so it hasn't updated his 2025 stuff, obviously. So that's pretty awesome. Good thing India's back. I like that. So that Reds team is 6-1. We're 5-4. We beat the Padres 9-1. Jeez. And now Matt Strom's in some danger. He's got 2 outs in the 7th. Bases loaded, and Jason Giambi. Ooh, this is a tough one. We might have to jump in and try to save Strom. Okay, Matt Strom, we are jumping in to save you. 2 outs in the 7th against Jason Giambi here in Wrigley. Let's see if we can get the job done. 0-1 count. Here's the cutter. He fouls that off as well. But I think we can get him on the slider here. Little slide piece. Low and away. He doesn't chase. He chased the other one. I thought for sure he would chase that. All right, we'll try to get him on the sinker. And he doesn't go after that either. Giambi with the discipline of a donkey. I don't know. Does a donkey have good discipline? I have no idea. Jason Giambi's going crazy with the discipline right now. Here's another slider. He gets another piece of it, but sends it foul. Jason Giambi is battling against Strom. The sinker. He sends it to center field, left center, but Granderson makes the trek, and he will have the out. We get out of there. Good job, Strom. Matt from State Strom. We will continue simulating if we get another moment, and we do have another moment. It's tied 1-1, bottom 7, bases loaded for Nolan Arenado. Does not have a home run this year. It's still early. We're still in the first week of the season. But still, could have one here with the bases loaded. We don't even need a home run, really. We just need a single or something into the outfield to get at least 2 in. We have 71 steal and 57 steal. We have 74 speed, 89 speed. Over there on third and second. Not going for that. Not going to fall for it. Luis Severino got traded for from the Braves to the Yankees for Andrew Kittredge. I don't know if that's real life stuff. That can't be real life. That's got to be in here. Nolan Arenado taking another pitch. It is a 2-1 count. Bases are juiced. The salami's on the table. Oh, I was so late. He threw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball just right in my face, and I wasn't prepared for it. I was sitting low in the zone. He threw high in the zone. And I swung at that one a little early. Little bit early. He's got a little piece of it. Come on, Arenado. I need another run of insurance. Not swinging at that. That's strike 3! The umpire is shafting me at home. That is not strike 3. Andrew Miller back on. We've both scored a run, so it's 2-2. I'm going to believe Andrew Miller here. Trust him. I'm going to trust him again. Top of the 9th. Get us to the bottom half. We are in the 11th. And now it's Aroldis Chapman on the mound. And he's in a lot of danger. Top of the 11th. Bases are loaded and only one man is out for George Brett. Come on, Chapman. Still's got 100 on the gun. Just picture your mom's breasts, and you will be able to get out of this inning. Thankfully, A-Rod to second, on to first, 61 speed, double play, and we survive. He pictured his mom's boobies, her breasticles, and he got it done. Oh, I did not want to finish playing, but I guess I will. Ghost runner on second, Bo Jackson. They brought in Brian Abreu to try to get this job done. Ooh, and he's throwing inside, backing Bo off the plate there. Interesting. Getting a little aggressive to start. Come on, Bo. All you really need is one hit in the outfield, and we can go home. 84 speed on second? Absolutely, we can go home. Bo. Oh my God! George Brett with the athletic play of the year. That's a base hit 1,000 times out of 10. And yet George Brett makes a superhuman reaction and dive. Just insanity. First off, who's on second? Oh, it's Granderson. I mean, George Brett with the play of the year so far. Give him a gold glove right now. That's a crazy play. Wow. All right, so Bo Jackson falls. 1 down in the inning for Joey Bats. Take a first pitched ball. Come on, Abreu. You know you want to give me something that I can just smoke. Oh, that was the pitch to smoke. That was the pitch. But I was a little bit late. Little bit late. That one is fouled off because I was early. Oh, my God. I cannot get the timing down. It's not working. That's a good pitch, and no, it's not. It's a strikeout. Oh, my God. I'd be upset, too, if I was Jose Bautista. I just made you look embarrassed. Okay. It's down to A-Rod in the inning. Come on, A-Rod, please. Do not disappoint me here. I just need somebody to make good contact. I mean, Bo made good contact, but it went right into the glove of the athletic George Brett. All-world defensive. I don't really want to walk here. But that means if he's throwing me a bunch of balls on the way, he might start throwing me in the zone to make me swing, and he did. But I was super early on that. Come on, A-Rod. Come on. I just need something in the outfield. Even if it's like a chopper up the middle, anything in the outfield will score Granderson. And that is a pop-up. Please do not catch this first baseman. Get down. Is that Giambi? No, Giambi, no. And it is an out. I popped it up because I suck big nuts. Ground out, fly out, single, Real Muto scores, and we are down by a run. Chapman lost us the game, probably. They bring in Mark Pryor to try to save the game. Bryce Harper at the plate. Come on, Bryce. This needs to be a big-time hit. It just needs to be. Why was I so early? I swung before that pitch even got halfway. All right, calm it down. Bryce Harper, first base, caught by Giambi, and he'll tag the bag. But that does move the runner over to third. I think it's Granderson again. Oh, no, it's not. He's got 74 speed out there. I don't know who's out there, but Volpe is at the plate. They are playing super in because they don't want... They think I'm going to steal? Okay, interesting. They don't want this to tie back up, but we obviously do. We just need to get something past the infield shift. Oh, my God, Volpe. Take a swing, man. Okay, a little bit late. It's a 1-1 count. Come on, Volpe. They're going to pitch out again. That's okay. I'll take a pitch out. But they might be playing for the double play if they do that. They might be playing for a double play. We got to be careful. Volpe. No. Late again. And it's a chopper foul. Come on. Come on. And it's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Wow, I cannot figure out the timing on Mark Pryor. Or anybody, really, to that fact. Cannot figure out the timing on anybody today. Craig Biggio's our last hope in the inning, and the game, really. A little bit of a bobbler. Real Muto grabs it. There was really no chance for me to make the run, so. Doesn't matter. 1-0 count. Come on, Biggio. I just need something in play. Craig Biggio, that could do it, and it'll get past. Craig Biggio saves the game. He ties it at 3. Pryor blows the save. Good job, Craig. That's a big one. And now it'll be Gary Carter to try to win it. Gary Carter will try to win the baseball game on one swing of the bat. Not on that pitch, though. Curveball outside. Ball 1. 9-game hitting streak for Gary Carter, but that must mean he's 0 for, yeah, he's 0 for 3. Come on, Gary. Come on, Gary. A little bit late on the 95. Little bit late on the 95. Gary Carter. Gary Carter. Pops it up, and that is extra innings continued. Man, at least we tied it, so we continue to go, but just frustrating. Frustrating. We'll take out Chapman. We'll bring in Garrett Clevenger. Hopefully he doesn't get anything bad to happen to him. And he will double. That's 2 runs scored. Garrett Clevenger has sold us the ball game, and we will lose. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Garrett Clevenger came in and allowed 2 runs. We lose to the Padres. Yay! They gave the loss to Chapman? Why would they give the loss to Chapman? I don't know. Chapman get the loss. Today's the day to sign scout players. Finally, first time we get to scout players this year. We have a really good scout. Oh my God, this guy scouts position players and pitchers really well. His efficiency is not very good, but these 2 scouts' efficiency is pretty good. Kevin Perez scouts position players really well, so we'll scout a certain prospect. We pick a number 17 this year. There's a catcher. He's number 1 projected, but I would like to know about him, even though we're not going to be able to get him. We will scout a little bit farther down the board, probably. Get somebody that's a little bit more attainable for us. Anthony Ramos could be a guy. He looks like he could be pretty elite. And then we'll scout a pitcher with this scout. We'll go a little bit further back. Find a pitcher like Thomas Argue. Would that be his name? Thomas Argue? Travis Pena might be a guy. Or maybe Walter Park. Let's do Travis Pena, probably. Although Walter Park has the potential to throw absolute gas. So I want to learn about him. So those are going to be the 3 guys that we scout for the first ever week. And we will keep moving. Lose to the Padres. Jose Bautista is at the plate. We're down by a run in the bottom of the 8th. 2 outs and Bo's on third. I think I got to jump in here. Jose Bautista at the plate, down by 1, and we have Bo Jackson at third. All we need to do is have Jose Bautista get in the outfield. Ah! My timing sucks today. Man, that is an easy pitch that I just missed. And that's also an easy pitch that I just missed. Man, I got to focus. I got to get my timing down because it is brutal. And that's the ball game. 3 straight pitches, and I swing every time, and we're going to lose. Yay! I suck big nuts. Arenado comes up. We have another chance. Bottom 9, nobody out. There is a double play warning, but we have a runner on second and first. And Arenado, again, I'm early. What am I doing? I know the pitch is coming. That must make me think that I'm got to time it just absolutely perfect, and I keep going too early. I cannot get this timing down. It's starting to annoy me. Why can I not get the timing down? It's not that hard. That one just goes foul. If that would have just stayed inside the line, that could have been easy tie ball game. Easy. And that's a swing and a miss. Why am I falling for that every single time? That's like the second time I've swung out on that in this episode. They bring in Tony Santillan. What a guy to pull in the bullpen. We bring in Travis d'Arnaud to come up. He's hitting 8th. Not swinging at that. Not swinging at that. Travis d'Arnaud was an all-star in 2022. That feels wrong, but obviously it's right. But that just feels weird. Oh my God, what am I doing? I'm embarrassing myself. That is an easy hit that I just completely missed. That one, though, I didn't miss. Great play defensively by the shortstop. Oh, my God. The one time I get a great hit is the one time the shortstop makes an amazing defensive play. It's the same thing that happened with the Bo Jackson hit for against the Padres where what's-his-face made that diving effort. Why am I blanking on his name? I can't remember his name right now, but you know who I'm talking about. We got swept by the Rangers. We are not playing very well. Now we take on the Dodgers again. We lose that game as well. We are sucking right now. We are learning a little bit about these guys. Anthony Ramos could be a pretty good player, actually. And the number 1 player in the class is not actually going to be that good, so I'm just going to stop scouting him now. There's no business scouting him when he's actually not going to be that good. But Zachary Nishi, we'll scout him and figure it out. Let's keep moving. We get swept by the Dodgers. We are on a massive losing streak right now. Although we get one back against the Padres. Take 2 against them. Let's start getting a winning streak going. I'd love to get that going. Oh, but the winning streak ends. And we're back to scouting. Okay, we are 9-14. Why are we why are we playing so bad? Because Schilling is sucking. Our entire pitching staff is just gross. That's probably why. And nobody's really hitting the ball that well. I mean, Bo Jackson's hitting 198. Okay, our whole team just sucks right now. That's the problem. We've gotten Anthony Ramos up to 90% scouted. We're not going to really be in position to draft him, so I'm going to take him away. But I feel confident if he does somehow fall, that we might take him. He's probably a little bit of a work in progress, but he could end up being good. I don't know if I want to scout that Thomas Argue, dude. He doesn't look amazing. We'll scout Jared Murphy. Scout him. We got 85% on Walter Park. Walter Park actually does look pretty solid. And he could be a guy that's a viable draft pick for us, although his overall is pretty low. His potential could be high. Let's keep moving. We lose again to the Diamondbacks. We take 1 of 2 against the Dodgers again. We're playing Dodgers a lot. Maybe we can rally. We get 100% on Walter Park. His overall is going to be very low. He might not be a guy that we want to scout or want to draft. Let's go a little bit later. Elroy Sheehan has potential to have decent power at third base. He could be a guy we scout. Neil Alvarez. But in a series like this, where it's about the legends, the draft is not necessarily that important. So it's not the biggest deal if we can't find a great player, because they're never really going to see the light of day, are they? Unless we find a generational guy like we did last year with the Blue Jays. That's really the only way. Garrett Clevenger's in a tough spot, and we get the win, though. We sweep the Phillies, finally. Is that our first sweep of the year? I think it might be. Yeah, I don't think we've swept anybody other than the Phillies this year. Wow, that's kind of crazy. And we take, probably going to get swept by the Pirates. No, we take another one against the Pirates. We are 14-18 headed into May, and we're having some struggles. We are having some struggles. Is it time to make a trade? We probably need to, because our budget is absolutely gross right now. Our budget is absolutely gross. We are paying a lot of people some expensive contracts. Arenado's super expensive. We got to get out of... Stop going to player search. We got to get out of some of these contracts. Gaylord Perry's making an absorbent amount of money. We cannot pay him this much money. We got to trade him for somebody. Can I get him for Roger Clemens? I certainly can, but this is a 41-year-old Roger Clemens that I don't want. Tim Lincecum. I would love to have Tim. He's 2-1. He's got a 2.54 ERA. How do I get Tim Lincecum on the squad is the question. He's probably going to be a little bit too valuable. Yeah, even some of my highest overall players I can't give up, except for Bo Jackson. All right, so Lincecum's off the table for right now. We might come back to him eventually. Who's a pitcher we can go after? Shohei? Nope. Matt Cain? No, because he's making way too much money. What about King Felix? Ooh, okay. King Felix is a viable option, but he's making way too much money, so we can't do that. Never mind. Let's see. Who's not expensive? Strasburg's making way too much money, but we could get him straight up for Gaylord Perry. Once we free up a lot of money, we'll come back for Strasburg, maybe. Paul Skeens can't get. Let's see. Skubal, Palmer. Pedro's making way too much. We got to find one of those super cheap contracts, but I don't think I'm finding them anywhere. Brian Wu is making $800K. We could get him if we wanted to, but he's cold right now. He's got 3.83 ERA. He might not be a bad option. It would certainly free up a lot of money, that's for sure. We'll come back to him. He could be our guy. Roki Sasaki, we can't because the Phillies are in massive amounts of debt. Oh, Trevor Bauer is the guy I got to change his overall. Or not his overall, his age. I forgot about that. He was a lower rating, so I didn't see him. Let's see. Who is it going to be? It might just end up being the guy that we just looked at. Because he's not expensive at all. Yeah, it might be. Let's go back and get Wu. Was it Brian Wu was his name? Yeah, let's go back and get Brian Wu. We can get him for fairly cheap if we toss in like a couple of players. I guess like Brian Servin, we can get him. Okay, so we're going to trade Gaylord Perry to free up a lot of money. We'll get Brian Wu, who is younger and at least has some chances to grow. And that frees up a lot of money that we were paying Gaylord Perry that we did not want to pay. Okay. Now that that's been traded, we need to free up even more money. Like Nolan Arenado should not be making this much money on our team. So we're going to trade him for a backup third baseman. That backup third baseman is going to end up being... It's got to be somebody not that good. Because, as you can see, he's not even 1 bar of trade value. So it's going to have to be somebody not great. Who is it going to be? Who is that person? Pete Rose. No, it's not Pete Rose. Who's that going to be? Cam Smith? First round pick? Connor Norby? It's got to be somebody that's probably ready to go to the MLB because Arenado's obviously on the big league roster. So it's got to be somebody that can play in the majors. Or is ready to play in the majors. Is Kobe Mayo ready to play in the majors? Probably not. We can't. The Marlins are severely in debt. Oh, God. Who are they paying? They've got 20.5 on Salvi. They've got 18 on Tanner Scott. They're paying 40, 39. Okay, I can see why they're severely in debt. They've got their 3 starters over $30 million. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. They've also got the young Bryce Harper. That makes a lot of sense. The Marlins are in severe debt. Rafael Devers. I don't really want to pay Rafael. He's got 8 years on his contract left. Chip. Mike Lowell could be cool. But the Reds are in severe debt as well. Everybody's in debt. Why? I don't remember the contracts or the budgets being this bad after 1 year. I don't know. Ryan McMahon, Matt Chapman, David Fry. Orioles are in debt. There's Royce Lewis. Maybe this is the series where I can get Royce Lewis. I've got Colson Montgomery. I got him for trade value. Although I'd give you Tommy Troy probably. Nick Martini. You want to stir a martini? Oh wow, Chris Sale has a ton of value. Holy crap. I could give them Clayton Kershaw. That would give me Royce Lewis. But we have A-Rod. Darn it. I think I'm going to go away from Royce. We'll have to get him in another series. All I need is a backup. I don't need a starter. Theo Gillian. He's doing not great at AAA right now. And I could get him from the Yankees. But he's not a guy that's MLB ready just yet. Cam Smith probably is MLB ready, but he's a little bit too expensive, or they don't have any money. Who's MLB ready? Michael Garcia, but they don't have any money. Why does nobody have any money? Astros, Joseph Ortiz, or Junior Caminero. Can we get Joseph Ortiz? We might be able to, actually. Let's talk to the Astros about Joseph Ortiz. I'll still give Tommy Troy in the deal like I was going to originally. And I can give them Nick Martini. All right, stir a martini over in Houston. We're going to make that deal. We get a backup third baseman in Joseph Ortiz. Arenado goes over to the Astros, and we free up even more money, which is beautiful. Who else needs to go? Probably Giancarlo, if I'm being honest. We don't need to be paying Giancarlo all this money. So we're going to send Giancarlo, don't call me Mike Stanton, away. for James Wood. Nope, not going to happen. I wish. For a player on a team that can take his contract, obviously. Christopher Morel, we've had plenty of times. Jonathan India is in left field? What the heck? Since when did he move to left field? Jose Altuve, Alex Verdugo. Jose Altuve's in left field? Why is he he's a little short dude. He's 5'6". Why is he in left field? That's crazy. Is he actually going to play left field in real life? That seems insane. Christian Yelich. I love how MLB The Show's is always the way that I learn people change positions. And that's so funny for me. We can't trade for Matt Holiday because he's injured. JD Martinez, Rainier Rosarena. Ooh, Chili Davis. A little chilly? Is it a little chilly in here? We can't get him. Jackson Churio. He's having a crazy good development year. Oh my god. There's Ricky Henderson. Can't trade for him though. I'm not really finding it. Is Jason Churio related to Jackson? I'm not finding any teams that have any money. And the teams that do have money have guys that I don't really want. Jackson Smith and Jigba's brother, Cannon. Smith and Jigba. We could get him. Do I want him? I don't know. Maybe. The power on Christopher Morel is pretty good. He's not mashing at all in AAA. He's getting killed. Why do you suck so much? There's got to be somebody here that I can take on from a team that actually has money. Jared Kelnick. Hitting really well in AAA right now. I might go for Jared. He's not making that much money, so we can make it work. Let's send away another left fielder that we don't need. We'll also send away some useless first baseman, I guess, like Ryan Noda. Yeah, there we go. Actually, let's send away Whit Merrifield. Oh, we can't send away. It's just Ryan Noda. Who cares? All right, so we'll get rid of Ryan Noda. We'll get rid of Giancarlo Stanton. That frees up even more money. All right, perfect. So I know those trades weren't absolutely groundbreaking or anything, but they do help us in the budget, which is going to be good for the offseason. We're now positive $94 million, and at least now we're paying in contracts that I'm willing to bring back, like Jose Bautista, Curtis Granderson, obviously A-Rod. We could probably even just do this now, right? Can we just bring him back now? How do I do that? What's learn mean? Oh, I can learn how to do stuff. I thought you could re-sign people during the season. Isn't that not possible? I don't know. Not 100% sure. So if we can't do that, then I guess we'll just have to wait until the off-season to re-sign some people. But that's not a big deal at all. So let's continue to move on. Like I said, we got to get through at least the month of May and probably a little bit into June as well. Maybe like the first 2 weeks of June in this first episode. So we can power through for next episode with like the All-Star game and trade deadline and all that kind of good stuff. So let's get moving on. Taking on Milwaukee. The AAA team doesn't have a minimum number of position players on the roster. Brian Wu. Wait, what? Oh. I was going to say, it didn't register in my head that this was us until a couple seconds too late. I don't know why they were showing me my own trade. I thought for a second it was another team, and I was like, am I not the Cubs? Yeah, we did trade for Brian Wu. We definitely did trade for Brian Wu. We got rid of a lot of contracts. Brian Wu's now here. He's probably even going to start over Justin Verlander if I'm making it make sense a little bit here. Because Verlander is really cold and has a 6.25 ERA, so we're going to have him play. But to be fair, we're not really doing good at any position. But it's okay. We did make some other trades, like I said. Mainly just to free up some contracts. That's really the trades that we were making. So if we now go over here to our budget, like I said earlier, we have $94 million, and these guys, this is how I got into discussion with the contracts. These guys probably going to bring back because they're only on one-year deals. And yeah, so Curtis Granderson's got free agency. A-Rod has free agency. So we'll sign these guys back. So we're not going to be positive very much money after next year. But for now, at least, we are positive again. And we can always trade even more guys. Like, we can trade Larry Walker if we need to. We can trade Justin Verlander since he's sucking so much. We can trade Gary Carter maybe. Craig Biggio maybe. We can start getting a little bit crazier. But we'll see how the team plays this next month of May. Although we are on a 3-game win streak right now. So maybe we'll turn it around. Who knows? Scouting, we got Zachary Nishi. We got him all the way up to 100%, but he doesn't look that good. We're picking, number 12, I think? Right? Number 17. We're picking number 17 this year. So we're obviously not going to have a chance to get that guy. He doesn't even look that good in the first place, but I just wanted to scout him just in case. Who do I want to scout now? Probably Neil Alvarez. He's a good defensive/speed guy. Travis Pena. Like I said, I'm looking for a guy that has an awesome power bat, but that just doesn't exist in MLB The Show draft. The prospects just don't come in with crazy bats. This Geraldo de Villar looks like a crazy good contact guy. But I found another pitcher. Where's he at? This guy right here. Colby Orozco? I don't know how to say his name. I probably shouldn't draft him because of that. But look at these potentials. He's got to be scouted. We need to know if that's anywhere near accurate. We're getting closer on Jared Murphy, but he doesn't look that good. His stuff is coming down a lot. And then Todd Moss, he was scouted because he had potential good bat. And it still is good right now, but it's only at 45%. So we'll keep going with that, seeing if those numbers are accurate. Aroldis Chapman on the mound. Oh, my God, Aaron Judge is on second. I don't know if I want Aroldis to be going in for him. We're going to lose that game, but we come back and lose 2 of 3 against the Giants. And then lose 1 of 2 against the Mets so far. We're 18-22, but it is year number 1. We never do that well in year number 1 of really any series, but especially a Legends series. We got up to 40% on Colby Orozco, and his numbers are still looking pretty solid. I'm very excited, and that's at 40%. What about Todd Moss? Todd Moss's power versus righties is still fairly high, even at 85%. Very exciting about that, but then Jared Murphy is starting to climb a lot lower, or fall a lot lower than I was hoping for, so we're going to take him out now. We're going to look for somebody else. I might go for that shortstop. Where was he at? I forget what his name was. No, this is too far. What was his name? Was it Neil Alvarez? Yeah, Neil Alvarez with the speed. Let's scout him and see if he's actually like that fast. Is he actually that guy? I don't know. We've got A-Rod at the plate with the bases loaded. There is a salami on the table. We got to jump in. And it is Mother's Day. I didn't even put that together when I jumped into the game. But A-Rod, a grand slam on Mother's Day would feed all of the mothers. It's not going to be a grand slam, but it's going to be 2 RBIs to give us the lead. Look at A-Rod go. Look at A-Rod go. 2 RBI single. Scores. Gives us a 5-4 lead against our former Legends team. We used to do the Mets a couple of years ago. They were MLB The Show 23, if I'm not mistaken, because then obviously 24 was the Blue Jays. So we've done the Mets in the past, had a good time with them, won a couple of World Series with them, but now it's Cubby time. Is that going to drop in front of Julio? I think it is. I think that's Julio Rodriguez out there. Could be mistaken. There's a lot of other Rodriguez's in baseball. Bryce Harper with a nice base hit. We're doing all this with 2 outs, by the way. And the Grandy Man comes in. What will the Grandy Man do with runners on first and second against Mark Leiter Jr.? Take a first pitch ball. Come on, Grandy. What you got for me? Will you do something for me? Granderson grounds it to second base for the out. That's okay. We got the lead. So that's a big W. And it ends up resulting in a huge W. I don't know what this light is in the bullpen. Why are we glowing? I don't know what's going on there. But we the results that we jumped in for give us the W, and we got another run in the 9th, which means we had a 7-4 win. Huge all around. Gary Carter at the plate. We're gonna skip that one. Marlins beat us. Andrew Miller, we lose that one again. Man, we just cannot string together a lot of wins in series. We can win certain games, but we just can't sweep anybody. Have we swept anybody this year? Oh, that's right. We swept the Phillies earlier in the year. That was the only sweep we've had so far. kind of disappointing. But we're not a great baseball team, especially the pitching. The pitching is not great this year. I am going to jump in bases loaded with Granderson on the plate, or at the plate. We'll see if we can get that same kind of magic we had in the game we jumped in against the Mets. Okay, Cubs fans, we are here at Wrigley. Down 6-5 against the White Sox with the bases loaded, 2 outs. Trying to make some magic happen with the Grandy Man. The Grandy Man can. Come on, Curtis. Just put something in the outfield. We get score 2, maybe 3 runs, depending on how deep it is in the outfield. And that's a generous ball, too, from the umpire. Thank you. Home plate advantage. I appreciate that. And we will go 2-0 against... Who's on the mound? Carlos Estevez? Is that who it is? I don't know, but that's Curtis Granderson. Double play. Well, not even a double play because there's 2 outs. Throw to second base is the end of the inning. Unfortunate. And that leads to us losing our crosstown rivalry against the White Sox. Ohtani's on this White Sox team, and he has went 0-3. We got to string some wins together, boys. All right, another scouting day. We've got 75% on Colby Orozco, and he looks really good. He could be our pick at 17. I would not be mad at that. He looks really good. He's 6'2". He's got potential 62 to 82, so it's going to be a little bit low. I don't like having something without the 90s if we're picking the first round, but I mean, it's pick 17. Todd Moses, why do I keep doing that? Todd Moss still does have decent power versus righties. I'm leaning toward Orozco as our pick at 17 if we don't find anybody else before the draft that intrigues me more. I'll scout Bobby Knapp because he could be decent. How tall is he? He's 6 foot. We're still working on Neil Alvarez. I'm going to take him out, actually. His speed is lowering more than I would like it to, so we're going to take him out. And we are going to put in maybe Marlon Carpenter. We scouted Phil Dorsey. He didn't impress me. I don't know. This draft class seems to be a little bit of a bust. Elroy Sheehan, 5'10", 18-year-old prospect, decent speed and power potential. I'll throw him on there. We'll see how good he is. We get swept by the White Sox. We'd lose 2 against the Marlins. We're taking against the Reds now. We are 22-30. Hey, at least if we keep this up, we're going to have a decent pick next year if we win the lottery. All right, so Colby Orozco is finished up. He is a 75 to 90 potential, but a 67 to 82 overall. So his potential being in the 90s, I like. Potentially in the 90s, but it's capped at 90, so it's probably going to be somewhere in like the 80s, the mid to high 80s, I would think. But he does look pretty good. And then Bobby Knapp, maybe Bobby Knapp has ended up being better. I don't know. And maybe there's a way we can get both of them because he's ranked number 51 on our board. So maybe there's a way we can get him in the second round. I have no idea. What about Elroy Sheehan? His potential versus his power versus lefties stayed with a 99 cap for the future. I like that a lot. And he might be coming out the gates with power versus lefties. I mean, his present could be 59 to 89. So we'll keep all of these guys. Actually, we'll take Colby Carrasco, whatever his name is. We'll take him out. I do like him. He's probably at the top of my board right now for guys that I think we have a chance of getting. Let's scout Roderick Ruiz as our next guy and keep on keeping on. There we go. We strung 2 together against the Rockies, and we took 2 against the Reds. There we go. There's a little bit of a win streak. 4 in a row right now as we go to another scouting day, but we have 2 months of baseball played already. April and May have been played. We are 8 games back of the Cardinals, 27-31. We get to 85% on Bobby Knapp. He ends up having pretty good, even present, like out of the gates, present pitch velocity. Looks like he throws absolute heat. And his break looks like it could be pretty good. Bobby Knapp might be a sneaky good pickup. I'm going to have a tough decision to make between him and that other guy, Carrasco. Elroy Sheehan he looks like he's going to have really good power versus lefties. And then Roderick Ruiz, we already got him up to 40%. His potential 69 to 96 so far. We'll keep all of these guys. I want to officially know 100% about Bobby Knapp, so we're going to waste another week to try to find out all about him. And we do finally sweep another team. We swept the Reds. Finally. Man, that's crazy. Took forever. But now we're on a win streak. I was going to say, now we're on a crazy win streak. We lose again to the Nationals. But we have pulled ourselves to 30-32, 7 games back of the Cardinals. It's going to be tough to catch the Cardinals. Let's just be fair. It's going to be tough to catch them with the way that we started and the way that every team in the Central has started this year. But we have a chance. I mean, we are 7 games back, and there's a ton of baseball to be played. So there is still some hope. Although losing 3 straight's not an ideal way to look at that. We fall. This Central is going to be so competitive for the second spot because I don't think the Cardinals are going to let up. But the second spot in the division is going to be highly competitive with the other teams, every other team. Okay, we got officially 100% on Bobby Knapp. He ends up being pretty promising. He's not a first-round guy. I wouldn't take him in the first round. But if I can get him in the second round, that would be super ideal. He'd be a perfect second-round pickup for us. Elroy Sheehan, he does look like he's going to have very good potential power versus lefties, so I'm excited about that. He's also decently fast for third base. And then we've got Roderick Ruiz, who could be pretty solid. We're going to keep scouting him, but we're going to take out Bobby Knapp, and we will look for somebody else. Is there going to be another player that is pretty decent? Hopefully. Derek Gonzalez looks like he could be a speed guy, but nothing else really that impresses me that much. There's that Geraldo de Villar. Do I want to know about him? He's already 22. I don't like that at all. Gary Carson, Thomas Moreno. What about Leandro Ordonez or Boyd Britton? Boyd Britton's got really good potential contact before we scout him, obviously. I might go for Britton. He looks like he could be the best one. We know that closing pitchers are going to be freaks. We don't even really have to scout them, I don't think. Dan Madison, though. He's got good contact. His power doesn't look amazing. I'm going to scout probably either him or this Boyd Britton dude. Let's scout Boyd Britton first. We'll keep Elroy Sheehan and Roderick Ruiz, and we'll keep on scouting those guys. Can we put together some more wins? It doesn't look like it, but we get another jump-in scenario. Craig Biggio chance to jump in, and I will absolutely do that. Down 6-5, top of the ninth, final potential out. Let's go see if we can steal one. All right, Craig. Let's get a steal here. 5-6, top of the ninth, final out of the game. And I'm check swinging on a ball going up against Eric Gagne. Just give me something to hit. That was something to hit, but I fouled it off because I was very late. Makes sense. That's usually what I do. Come on, Gagne. You know you want to give me something. There you go. There you go, but I missed it because I suck. Oh, no. I'm so excited to get those pitches that I mess up my timing tremendously on those type of things. And that's the most frustrating one because they're so easy to hit. We've worked it to a 2-2, though. He's thrown exclusively fastballs, except for that, and I was so excited to not have a fastball that I jumped too early. Oh, he got me. He absolutely got me. I so wanted to hit that ball for I wanted to rip the cover off it, basically. And I got too excited and swung too soon. That's an unfortunate one. But we catch 2 of 3 so far against the Pirates. I mean, we're battling in this division. We are really battling. We get to 100% on Roderick Ruiz. He's probably a good second-round option. Maybe. I feel like we know good enough about Elroy Sheehan, and we're getting close to the end of scouting, so we're going to take him out as well and focus on somebody else so we can maximize the amount of guys we have close to fully scouted. I kind of want to do that Geraldo de Villar guy, but I don't know. Maybe not. Mike Tejada? Where was that one guy? Did I pass him already? John Logan doesn't look bad. 6'3" potential. I'm going to scout John Logan. And then we are going to take Sheehan out, and we are going to scout somebody else. Who is it going to be? Who is it going to be? Oh, it's Dan Madison. That's who I was looking at. Dan Madison. Do I want to scout him? He looks like he could be very decent at the plate. He could be very decent at the plate. We don't know for sure. Reggie Davis. Why would I want a 5'9" right fielder with no power? My right fielder is supposed to have power. Mike Whitmore, Ken McGinnis, Drew Engel, Mitchell Green. There's Mike Tejada. I'm not seeing a whole lot of good stuff here. What kind of name is it? Shabazian? I've never seen that last name before, I don't think. There is not a lot of guys that I want to scout. Where's that one closer at? Closing pitcher. Was it Carter or Walker Cutcliffe? Yeah, here it is. Walker Cutcliffe we will scout. I know closing pitchers are always goated in MLB The Show drafts, but we're going to scout him anyway. Against the Pirates, bottom 9, nobody out, Gary Carter at the plate with Bryce Harper on the mound. I will absolutely jump in. All right, back at home, bottom 9, nobody out, and Gary Carter trying to get this lead tied up or even take the lead. He's going to give us a good chance to do that right there. Gary Carter puts that into right field, into the ivy. I might send him home. Bryce Harper, 55 speed, get home and tie this game, and he absolutely will. An RBI double for Gary Carter, ties it in the 9th, and that gives us a chance to walk it off. They want me a pinch run for Gary Carter. So Carter right now has 44 speed. We have a couple of guys that have 80-something speed, Craig Biggio and Granderson. Let's put Biggio out there. We have Travis d'Arnaud to come in and replace him. Why can't I not? Oh, I have to pick him. There we go. Craig Biggio is going to come in to pinch run. This is the winning run. Nobody out. No chance for a double play. All we got to do is put something in the outfield. We win this baseball game. I almost said football game. We win this baseball game. Okay, let's do this, Volpe. He had a good pitch to hit there, and I just missed it. That's another good pitch to hit. How am I missing these pitches? What am I doing? It says I got good timing, but the baseball bat is not making good enough contact with the baseball. Oh, my word. Goose just cooked my goose. I got cooked goose by goose. I don't even know what to say about that. Jared Kelenic is at the plate. I don't know why he's starting or why he's even here, but he's here with a chance to win the baseball game. We'll see if he can do it. Jose Fernandez already has 110 strikeouts before July. That's kind of crazy. Oh, take a hit there. Actually, don't take a hit. I'd prefer not to have a double play scenario. That would make me pretty happy not to have a double play scenario. Come on, Goose. Give me something, Goose. Give me something. I know Jared's not the biggest threat in the world, but you got to at least throw something his way. Here we go. There we go. Ah, okay. He moves the runner to third. How am I early on 100? That seems crazy. We move the runner to third for Larry Walker, the DH. Come on, Larry. A base hit wins us the game. That's all you need. A base hit is all you need, and Larry Walker will deliver. A walk-off for the Walker. And the Cubs will survive against Pittsburgh and win it in the 9th. Good job, Larry. That's a big win. That is a big, big win. Against a division rival who is ahead of us in the standings. Gary Carter got it started. 2 for 2 for Bryce with a home run. Joseph Ortiz had a home run. Bo Jackson had a home run. Hector Neris gets another win. I think he was in a win earlier. And that is a win of a series, 3 out of 4 against the Pirates. I'll take that. And you know what? I will simulate. Ooh, Ryan McCarty has been eligible. We'll keep on the 60-day. That is where we are going to end today's episode. We moved to 34 and 38. We finished 2.5 months of baseball in this first actual episode. And we made a couple of trades. I don't think I'm going to make any other trades unless I can trade for Ichiro. Can I trade for Ichiro? I hope so. Oh my God, he's got 2 bars of trade value? They want Bo Jackson, Jose Bautista, and Craig Biggio. Why? Why do you want that much for Ichiro? I would be willing to give you Jose Bautista, and maybe even willing to give you Craig Biggio, but I don't think I'd be willing to give you Bo Jackson. So, I don't know. And I don't think they'd want anybody else. So, That is an unfortunate thing that we have to have happen. Ichiro is probably off the question, or off the table for right now. I don't think there's any other trades I would make. Barry Bonds I would be considering. What do they want for him? They want Volpe and Bo Jackson. That's a little bit more reasonable. See, why can't the... what team is Ichiro on? Where's Ichiro at? Why can't the... Oh, he's on the Tigers. Why can't the Tigers be a little bit more reasonable like that? What if I give them Joey Bats? They are very negative in money, especially with the Jose Bautista contract. It looks like they can't take on anybody worth anything, so that's going to be pretty hard to trade. Albert Pujols is right here. And Albert Pujols has nobody on our roster. No combination of players on our roster would be able to get us Albert Pujols. I think I might go and mess with these contracts for some of these auto-generated guys like Pujols and Ichiro and all these guys, because there's no reason that Ichiro should have signed a 10-year contract for nothing. He's making $1.5 million for 10 years. So if I can go and manage these contracts a little bit better, make it a little bit more fair, can I mess with this contract? I don't even know if I can. That's all his attributes. Equipment, general. I don't think I can mess with his contract. Oh, here I can. Oh, no, I can't. I can't touch his contract. So for some reason, they gave him a 10-year contract. I can't change it or anything. I can change the way that he hits and all that kind of stuff. I can't change his contract at all. That's kind of unfortunate. I thought that I could. But I guess I can't. I can't change Albert's either, I would assume. Yeah, he's just on a renewable contract. Yeah, I can't touch that either. Okay, so unfortunately, I can't mess with contracts, even though it's not really fair that that's the way that those contracts are set up. Like, why did my creative players not get paid that much money? Like, Bo Jackson, his contract is $15 million. Why is he signing $15 million when Ichiro's signing $1.5? I don't get the way that the contracts work, but that's the way that it is. Like, A-Rod's making $27.5 for 1 year. Why is he only on a 1-year deal? Why is Bo on a 4-year deal, whatever he's on? I don't get the way that the contracts worked for the creative players, but I guess that's the way that it is right now. We're just going to have to work with it. But we will go into the next episode ready for the All-Star break, trade deadline, more importantly, and moving into the final episode of the year. I'll probably make... Let's see, how do I want to do this? So we'll probably do... What I used to do was I used to do the All-Star game as its own episode, or All-Star week as its own episode, and then the trade deadline and the draft were like one episode as well. So, and then I used to do like the final 2 months of the year as their own video. I don't know what I'm going to do. We might end season 1 in next episode. I'm not 100% sure. Or maybe I'll cut it off in like August, and then we'll do August and September in the episode after. Because we're probably not going to make the playoffs, right? Unless we have a crazy second half of the year. So, I guess we'll play it by ear, see how good we are when we get to like August. If I want to finish up the season in one more episode or not, but we're definitely going to be finishing this first season very quickly, so I hope you guys can look forward to that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video as well, the first full episode of Chicago Cubs Legends Fantasy Draft Series. If you did enjoy it, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.